I'm having this really interesting experience in my life where I feel like I don't need anyone, and not in the sense of like, oh, I'm so independent and I can take care of myself. I don't need anyone. Like, it's more of a sense of I don't need anything external outside of me to validate me or to make me feel safe. If anything, people and relationships with people have made me feel more unsafe, more unstable, more ungrounded, and more disconnected from myself. And so I value my personal space, my privacy so much. And I think a lot of people, a lot of young women forget this. They think that they need to have a man, they think that they need to have this big robust group of friends. Social aspects of life are so important, but I feel like this sense of like community, of being around, like I live in like a small community and I'm always around people, and I do think there is a sense of like, yes, at times I really wish I could like deeply connect with somebody else, but I really think that it's really rare experience, and we can't always just like deeply connect with people. It kind of happens naturally, and I think when we're searching for that really deep intimacy with another person, that energy, that connected energy that we're looking for, is truly, the depth of it is, we are looking to grasp the intangible. We are looking for divinity. We're looking to connect to that divinity, and I find that connection to divinity through nature, through my art, through presence, through my own expression, that like I don't go around trying to pull on other people to look inside of them. I think in the past I used to do that a lot. I used to really be really emotionally intense almost, and super present with people, which I am, but I'm realizing that not everybody deserves that presence, and I can usually read an energy really quickly due to my own experiences and pattern recognition and intuition, and I don't need anyone to affirm to me what I already am. I already know I am who I am in my relationship to spirit, to life. I realize as well, I will say God sometimes, the universe, the divine, creator, but honestly, I really love to just say life itself, because what is life? Life is a pulsating, interconnected web of energy that is a one in the truest fractal of the expression of it is the one, and that is life. Like, life to me is like what your field. Life to me is what is happening around you. Life is the pulsating undercurrents. It is the relationship we have with that life, with ourselves from within, with our own bodies, with our own hearts, with our own habits, with ourselves, with our mind, with our words, and then we can start to have relation to other experiences outside of us, which really are just us. Or it's not you as in the sense of you, me, Kayla. It's more of like it's like the one thing. So that's what I feel like God is. But I really enjoy being alone. If anything, it's kind of like exhausting to try to be around other people, and sometimes, and I think I'm still working on this, where I can be in relationships with people and friendships, and it doesn't have to be some sort of intense kind of whirlwind, because that's, was my conditioning growing up. My relationships with everyone that I knew were so intense and all-consuming in me, and I had no sense of self, and I could completely lose myself around other people and in friend groups, and relationships with men were always really problematic for my own sense of sanity, my own sense of self and regulation. So I just kind of like to be alone. And I think there's so much power. You are someone that knows how to be alone, who is okay to be alone, who can entertain yourself, who can take care of yourself, who can source from your within. You're unstoppable. You are the most powerful thing in the universe. If that is a skill set that you are cultivating, or if that is a realization that you are just now having, it will make you invincible. Because when you have a relationship with your heart, with life itself, you know everything's going to be fine. You know how to exist with what you have. You don't need to call someone and tell someone about all your dramas and everything going on in your life. You don't need to dump on anyone. You don't need... None of that feels satisfying anymore. Superficiality isn't satisfying. Granted, you are a kind, warm person, and I don't need to make anyone feel loved. I don't need to make anyone understand me. I don't need to make anyone understand something. I don't need to project my own morality and beliefs onto people to make them understand something that I think my ego thinks is right. Because I've realized a lot of the time when I thought I was helping people, or I was trying to explain something to someone, or I was trying to help them, at the core of it, yes, it is from a pure place, but the way I was filtering it was through my own ego, because I believed that what I was saying, what I knew, was better than what they knew. Even subconsciously, that was the projection. And I will not be doing that shit anymore. I will not be healing anyone anymore. I will not be giving anyone my energy unless it's a mutual, reciprocal, mature, emotionally mature exchange, because that is how we can have healthy attachment and intimacy with those in our life. And intimacy and love, cultivating that as a foundation in our relationships, takes time. You can't just jump into it. You can't just, I feel like I've known this person my whole life, I just met them. That will always that's usually everything that goes up must come down. And so I think an objective, neutral kind of approach to everything in life is the way to go. So you can kind of like, that's interesting. Interesting. Very cool. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Being humble and having humility. Living with your heart. That's what living with your heart is. It's being, thank you. When someone recognizes your worth, that gives you a compliment, that is seeing an aspect of you that's really beautiful, they're seeing it as themselves, because they are connected to that part of themselves in some way, shape, or form, and they acknowledge that in you. Thank you, but don't let it get to your brain. Don't let it get to your identity, right? Because your identity can always change, and the only thing that is certain is the uncertainty. When we can stay aligned with our life itself, we can stay aligned to the flow of life, to the truth of non-attachment, to the truth of temporary nature of all existence, to the truth of uncertainty, to the truth of love, to the truth of physicality, to the truth of earth, to the truth of our breath and our presence. we're gonna be just fine. Okay? Thank you.